Good afternoon, everybody. We are going to be doing our love interest in a separation, lovers in a separation. So that means soulmates, twin flames, if you believe in that, uh, your person, however you want to describe it, it's just a label. And what we're going to be doing is this is our collective reading. This is a reading around those who are in separation from your person. No, I'm not going to do individual questions for this. This is a collective reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest behind. If you've been guided to this reading, this is for your awareness in this now moment. There is no time frame for this reading. So let's see what first cards that Spirit wants to tell us about the collective that is in separation from your person. And on this channel, we do energy readings. We don't tell stupid stories. We don't tell you about how toxic your ex is. None of those are going to help you in this now moment to solve what you need to do for you, because it's only about you. It's not about anybody else. So if this has still brought you in, this is your reading. And so Spirit's saying right now, only time will tell what's going to go on with this connection. And so Spirit is giving you caution to just allow things to flow as they are meant to flow, and to not try to find meaning or push to it. Just see what the reading says. It's going to tell you something about yourself within the energies and how you can work on self as time is ticking on, and as we can see what else is needed for that connection. So I'm going to pull a few cards here, and then we're going to also dig deeper a little bit. So bear with me while I pull a few cards, and let's see what they're showing us. Okay, well, one just fell to the ground, which means this is something immediate. Spirit, is there anything else? Those from this deck. So the one that needs to be brought to your attention first is you need to be open to anything that is going to be giving you guidance at this now moment. And that's something that you're going to have to work on. You have to open yourself up, allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to hear what you probably don't want to hear. Because many of you are stuck in a labyrinth, right? And what is a labyrinth? It's a maze, and you're lost. Why are you lost? Because you're allowing illusion and confusion to keep you stuck. Spirit's also saying that now's the time for you to learn, why are you stuck inside of this illusion? Find that inside yourself, the openness to hear your heart. And as you hear your heart, you're going to find your way out of this maze. Now, if you do, there's a lot of rejoicing that is going to happen for you. Why? Because you're finally going to find that respect within yourself. And there might be a potential that something will come in that could lead to marriage. And when we say marriage, we're really talking about another commitment. Wherever you are within that stage, it's really about a commitment. It doesn't mean you're actually going to get married. It's a possibility, but that doesn't mean that that's always what's going to happen. And Spirit's saying it's time for you to make some healthy choices, right? Make sure what you're really bringing into yourself, and that just doesn't mean food. It means about your life, your experience, the people that you allow in, the energies you allow in. Right now, many of you are in a separation, right? And the reason you're in that separation is because you haven't allowed yourself fully to be open, to make those healthy choices, to respect yourself, to learn to love yourself. Most of you have been chasing. You're chasing, always chasing in a codependent way. And that's not something that we want to do. We want to be healed so that we allow things to come to us naturally in time as time ticks. Many of you have had a lot of competition, a lot of arguments, other women, other men. That stuff needs to go, because that's what's keeping you stuck inside this hamster wheel of karma. And for most of people who are familiar with my spreads, and for those of you who are not, my spreads are around energy. Here is where you are in this space, right? This is where your current energy space is. Above and below are how you can get from this space of despair, this hamster wheel of karma, as I call it, that maze, the confusion and illusion, over into here where you want to manifest. And so here obviously is the space where you're going to see the things that you really want to come in. And for many of you right now, you're just feeling not enough. And that's what's keeping you stuck in this hamster wheel of karma. And we have a saying here on this channel, and it's choose to heal, choose to feel, choose to get yourself off that karmic hamster wheel, right? And if you notice, I use choose a lot because it's always about choice. Choice is something that you must do. You must have the choice to heal. Once you choose to heal, once you choose to feel, then you can choose to get off that wheel. But it's a choice. You can stay stuck here, and your own spirit's not going to do a thing about it until you actually consciously choose in the now moment. You're done being looping. You're done being stuck, and you're now ready to take the steps to heal. Now, is that going to happen in a second, in a minute? No, it's not. It's going to happen over time, and you have to allow it. And that's why we say only time will tell. And so let's see what else we have in the energies for this. And I do this reading maybe once or twice a week. We don't want to keep checking on it. We just kind of want to see what the energies are. You'll be guided to this reading, as it's something that you need to be aware of. The more you like, follow, share, and subscribe to the channel, the more these energies will come in for my awareness so that I can see what's going on in your particular situation. So just remember, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. But there is something for you in here because this has made your awareness. You've been guided to this reading. So let's see what more things that love want to tell us about that collective that is here right now in this now moment and watching this reading. So for a lot of you, again, it's about self-esteem. We have double confirmation of this. The Spirit's saying it's time to really get out of this maze. No more second chances. Stop being the chaser. Stop dealing with the snake energies. Allow yourself to find yourself, right? It's time to make changes, right? And we see this right here. Time to make changes. You've got to choose. Confirmation. Yes, there's somebody here that may come in if you start to get yourself off of this wheel. That is going to come in correctly. It is going to come in with the potential to a proposal, a marriage, a commitment. And why do I say potential? Because if you're not healed, even if they do come in, you're going to push them away because of all the trauma that you have over here because you haven't gotten past your insecurities. And Spirit's saying that, this is, a lot of you are feeling heartbroken, shattered because you haven't chosen to heal yet. You're just choosing to keep going through this hamster wheel. And you feel comfort in this cycle of just going through these heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak because it's what you know. And it's like an adrenaline rush because you feel those butterflies in your stomach and you think it's love and it's not. It's anxiety and adrenaline addiction. You need to fix that. You need to solve for that. You need to heal. And Spirit's saying this. It's time for some healing and some releasing to find that self-respect for yourself. It's time to find that safe foundation, that home. Come back to yourself. Come back to that home within yourself. Again, more confirmation of building security, foundation. And the foundation needs to be strong. It can't be weak. It can't be wobbly because it's going to keep you back in illusion and confusion. And Spirit says once you start healing, you're going to start to find peace. And when you find peace, now you're going to attract what you really want, which is that person that is going to come in for commitment. And that if you don't do this, what's going to happen? This person's going to come in, these insecurities are going to hit, and that person's going to go away. And you're going to be chasing them with abandonment and anxiety, and that's not where you want to be. So let's see what it is. What are your main blocks, right? Because we not only tell you kind of what's in the energies, but now we got to look at how do we get past the energies? What things do we need to do within ourselves to solve for this so we can get to here? Now remember, this is each one of these, I'll pull a few cards. One of these or all of these are going to be things that you need to work on. You'll have to feel within yourself what resonates. So a lot of you are rushing, right? You can't hurry love, right? The right one is coming in perfect divine timing. Time will tell. Confirmation. So don't rush it. Don't push it. Don't chase. Allow. Many of you have judgment, right? You're too quick to count somebody out. You have to be open and you have to give them a fair chance. Many of you chasing illusions, right? Persons, I know a lot of people that who should have recognized somebody, put them in a friend zone. And why did they put them in the friend zone? Because they don't have the frequency themselves to see that person in the better light. And so they need to work on that. But this is probably where you're at too. You're probably sitting there, you're getting somebody with that right energy right in front of you, but you don't recognize it because you're too far in judgment. You're counting them out because you don't see what you should see right in front of you. Many of you, you have a fear of loneliness. You're afraid of being alone. So you'll just stay in anything, a bad relationship, an awful one. You'll be chasing these people. Why? Because you're so afraid of being by yourself. You have to learn to live with yourself. You have to learn to find that full love with yourself. And guess what? That takes time. This is not something that comes quickly. This takes a lot of work. You have to be with yourself enough to actually like being with yourself and not being pushed to have to go out all the time or go distract yourself on something so that you don't have to actually be with yourself. And a lot of you feel that love sucks, right? You stop believing in love. And why? Because what you're doing is you're manifesting that hamster wheel, that loop, right? Because you're saying there's no good people for me because you're not seeing them for who they are. You're rushing to try to find that love, but what you're rushing for is fear-based and trauma-based love. You're chasing the ones that you know are not available. And why are you doing that? Because it allows you to keep this whole thing around to keep you from actually feeling love, being vulnerable, wanting to actually be with yourself, and at the same time wanting to find somebody that you can be vulnerable with because you're afraid. So one of these is part, or all of these are things that are holding you back. You pick and choose from what's inside of you, and then it's time to choose to heal because it's not going to happen automatically. It's in your awareness now, so you have information. So we're going to give you a little bit more information here, right? And information is awareness, and once you're aware, then you have to choose. Okay, I'm now aware that one of these things is something that I can work on. Now now I want to do it. So you choose to do it. You go to my Silver Fox Spiritual over on YouTube, and you can start your healing method because I have a ton of healing videos and they're all for free. I do paid healings as well, but those are the way we start. We start with what's free. We see whether we're in alignment with the energy and we choose to heal. So visit my YouTube if you feel like it. If it resonates, you find those healings good, then come back and look at maybe a paid reading or a paid healing. You can reach me at silverfoxspiritual at gmail.com, and I'll send you my current price list. So with that, let's look at some advice from our higher self. What can we do to get us to that space where we are getting that commitment, that right person? Let's see what our self wants to say. And that's what we always channel. We always connect to self. I don't channel anything other than myself because that's all that is required. We don't connect externally. And so Spirit's given us a lot of information here. First off, we got to get away from what we're denying, right? We're in denial. A lot of you are in denial of this loop, that you're stuck in this loop. And it's time for you to face what you don't want to face about yourself. Why are you not vulnerable? Why are you not willing to be your true self? And Spirit's saying, you're fine the way you are, but because you have no confidence in yourself, you're allowing everybody to tell you what you should be and who you should be. And Spirit is saying it's time to find your truth, because when you find your truth, that's when you attract what's meant to come in the right way. And so what is Spirit saying? Time for you to do a 30-day challenge. And what is that 30-day challenge? That's a meditation, right? Start meditating, start connecting to self. Because why? You're born to stand out. Again, you're not meant to fit in the crowd. You're not meant to be a people pleaser. You're meant to be yourself. And Spirit's saying that whatever's coming in, it's going to be a past life connection, somebody with a heavy influence from the past. They're going to come in. This is going to be someone who's going to come in correctly, but only if you do the work, right? And so now we get to what everybody really cares about, and that's what's the timing of this? Okay, so I decide I'm going to do the work. I'm going to start working on it. And remember, it's not going to be overnight, and everybody's at a different place in where they are in their healing process. But if you're here, there's something for you. So Spirit, show me what the potential timelines, and when I say potential, it's because this always changes in the now moment. Every choice you make can adjust forward or backwards how that comes out. Now, Spirit's giving us three things here. So for some of you, it's going to be next year, right? But you still have to choose. It's not going to happen automatically. For some of you, it's going to come in faster than you think and on a holiday. So you've got the potential for this to come in really fast, but it depends on where you are in your healing process. But you have to choose to heal first. None of this comes in until you make the choice for yourself to choose yourself. And as you choose yourself, everything else pivots accordingly. You've got to find your connection to self. You have to find your connection to truth. So hopefully this makes sense to everybody who is watching. Please make sure you are liking, following, sharing, and subscribing. And if you are looking for your own personal reading that's going to give you some clarity around your own situation, please do reach out at silverfoxspiritual at gmail.com. And with that, I thank everybody for taking the last 15 minutes to watch this reading, and we'll see you at the next read. Have a great day.